the first toys of mankind.
Choi.
Beres getting ready for Iran.
Yeah. Dancing with a turtle or a pregnant woman.
We could be in trouble just being
Talking
here talking
about
about this.
this,
If someone
yes.
who want to give us problems, he could do so.
We are Aldo, Vera and Toto. For over 5 years, we have been driving around the world with our self-converted tiny home on wheels, and we visited more than 50 countries on 5 continents. Next destination, Africa. Through our videos, we show how beautiful, but at the same time, how fragile our planet is, hoping to raise awareness about environmental concerns and inspire people to take action. Subscribe to our channel, enjoy our adventure. This morning, we are going to visit Deirul Safran Monastery, Shafran Monastery, which is one of the oldest still functioning Assyrian Orthodox monastery in the world.
And because we are 20 kilometers from Syria, about 100 something kilometers from Iraq, this is a Kurdish area. And about 2-3 years ago, it was not possible to visit Mardin, which is just a few kilometers from here. We take the opportunity and we go visit it today. We just entered the monastery at the ticket office. They said there is no English guide. This is an off the beaten path place, and we were not sure whether or not to enter because obviously you would like to understand what's going
Everything will be in Turkish language.
However-
but fortunately enough,
on. We met a guy
Yeah.
that speaks English, Romanian, and Kurd.
he's Kurd that studied in Romania, so he will be our translation guide.
So let's go. This is the oldest part of the monastery. It's about 2,000 years old.
The Temple of the Sun.
All the stones that weighs between 1 and 2 tons, 1.5 meter long, they have been put together without mortar. There is a small window that is facing the sun, and on the side over there is a little place where they were killing animals, sacrificing animals. This is one of the 2 little churches that today are still in use. On alternating days, masses are held here.
And behind us there is a fresco which is 1,200 years old. And on the altar there are 2 very old chairs facing each other. One is 400 years old and another is 500 years old.
The church is also very well preserved. This place so far has never been restored, so it is still in its original shape. This is the Church of the Virgin Mary. There is only one Mass held per year on the 15th of August, which is the anniversary of her death. Very interesting, behind me there is the first press machine that was brought into the region, with which they were printing the first Bibles in Arabic,
In Turkish language,
Latin,
language,
and Syrian language.
Syrian language. We are in a tomb where the patriarchs were buried in a sitting position facing east. It is believed that before the apocalypse, Jesus will come from the east and the patriarchs will be the first to welcome him.
This place was firstly used as an hospital, and in fact there is an engraving of 2 snakes that they put their venom into a container that then becomes grapes. And still today, if you notice, the snake symbol is still used in medicine and pharmacy. What time is it?
12.
Every now and then we see an helicopter, well, more than one, they go back and forth, tanks, armored trucks. How strange is the world? I was just thinking, I'm here having breakfast. Over there is Syria. And I just wonder, is someone having breakfast now? We just noticed that the starter batteries, they don't hold anymore the charge. It was a couple of days that Totò wasn't starting on the first turn of the key, so last night I did the check. I isolated the starter batteries from the leisure battery, and they were all three charged at 12.9 volts. This morning these two were 10.8, and the leisure battery, despite running the fridge all night, it was still at 12.6. So we managed to start the car this morning. Again, we brought this one up, I isolated them, and now just 2 hours in the monastery, these two are again at 10.8. So clearly it's the end of their life. We had them for 4 years and a half. We don't know if we'll be able to find a store, a battery store, because we are in the southeast of Turkey and we are driving north. Let's hope we're gonna start now. Okay, let's try. Let's connect the leisure battery, so maybe it's going to give a little bit more voltage. Okay. Twelve point one, 12.2, that's it. Vai, Totò.
Vai, Totò.
Come on, Totò, you can do this. Okay. And we noticed that when we started like this with low voltage, the second start light goes on. I'll need to check that.
We are in a typical bakery of this region, and I'm gonna try to buy some biscuits made of dates.
Yes, date and walnut.
Made of dates and walnuts.
Yeah.
And this is how they look like. I tried some and they are super delicious. Before leaving Mardin, we decided to have a quick lunch, and we bought some hummus with falafel and some typical biscuits from this region, from Mardin. They are made with sesame seeds and dates marmalade. These are also very similar, only on top they have an almond.
Which one are your favorites?
These biscuits are my favorite because not only they have an almond on top, but they have a very specific taste, some spices.
How is it? We are in Diyarbakir. We stayed outside a big shopping mall. We asked the security if we could stay for the night. Every big town in Turkey has an area with the mechanics, garage, car parts stores and so on. Last night we went there and nobody had the kind of batteries that we are looking for. So they recommended us to go and visit a regional distributor.
YouTube.
Big chef.
Big chef.
Yes, big chef. Better I don't money. I want to know money. This is cut, it's money. I want money.
So we are outside the Tosun Tikaret, which is the biggest distributor for the region. I checked again this morning, the batteries held the charge, but when we turned the key, the voltage went down to 10.8, the cold cranking amperes that are gone. We are surrounded, everybody's looking at us, they are so friendly, they've been so welcoming. When we first entered, I was worried that they didn't have these two batteries, but they said no, don't worry, Turkish coffee, chai. So the card, we couldn't take the payment on board. He took me with this van to the other shop that they have where they sell tires, and they could take the card there.
Algo, it's my best friend. Algo Kamis here, Diyarbakir. I am everything here.
It's been really helpful since yesterday. We're going back and forth. We just went to the other shop to make the payment because it was a problem with the card. So really, really helpful. Very good. Thank you so much.
Money, 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 money.
That's it. Let's do this.
The last time we changed them was in Indonesia, so now it's time to say goodbye.
Thank you. Same size. A little confusion. It's this one because they go turn this way. No problem. Oh, it was this one. It was this one. Yeah. I just needed to turn it this way. It was the first one. What a shame. Now I cannot get it wrong. There was only one left.
Yes.
That's the warranty, yeah? How long?
Yes.
How long? 1 year? 2 years?
2 years.
Deal? Okay. 2 years.
For you, 2 years.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Please.
Grazie. Thank you. Shake
Can I take please Ahmed Abi eski akü?
Of course. Recycling.
For
Very
me.
good. You knew this was coming, right?
1, 2, 3.
If it didn't start, that was a big problem. Thank you, grazie.
Grazie. Can I take?
Yes. Obviously, after changing the batteries and starting the engine, they invited us for lunch and then a tea, a chai, another one.
And what it's supposed to be only for 15 minutes time to change the battery, it prolonged for the whole day.
Hey, we're happy we installed the Mutlu AQ. It's a Turkish brand, #1. It's very good battery. We just discovered that Mutlu means happy.
Happy in
So we got 2 happy batteries. We are very happy. The team here at Tosun Ticaret is very happy. It was a happy day. So yeah, another adventure, another good memory, and we now continue north. We were ready to leave Diyarbakir thinking that this was just another big city of Turkey.
And only this morning in the bed we found out some incredible things that this city has to offer. It's amazing that it's still unknown to the tourists.
And we're gonna start right from where we slept, in the parking where we stayed last night. Last night, just by coincidence, I was looking for a toilet. I ended up in this hotel that I don't remember the name. Vera, can you help me, please? What's the name?
It's Buyuk Kervansaray.
Basically, this is one of the most famous hotels of the city. Diyarbakir, assieme a Mardini e a Şanlıurfa. This is one of the most famous hotels of Diyarbakir, that together with Mardin and Şanlıurfa, they represented the golden triangle of the Silk Road of the region of Anatolia. So it was built in the 1500 for all those merchants that were going to Syria, to India. It has 72 rooms, 17 shops, and space for 800 camels. We are on top of the city walls of Diyarbakir. They've got 82 watchtowers and 4 main entrances. They are built of, like the hotel, lavic stones and date back to the Byzantine times.
They are 6 kilometers long and represent the second largest city walls in the world. On the first place, it is the Great Wall of China.
Diyarbakir is considered the unofficial capital of the Turkish Kurdistan.
And in fact, here live 1.5 million of Kurds.
Behind us in this plain, you can see the Hefsel Gardens. They are biblically considered the Garden of Eden, and they date back to 8,000 years ago.
We're in winter time, so obviously there are brown colors, we're burning some leaves, there is fog outside, but in summertime the gardens are all green.
Sadly, we noticed that there is a lot of rubbish around, and even probably the sewage passed through these camps as an irrigation system. This should be a UNESCO protected heritage site, but it doesn't look like they're really doing a proper job here. After visiting the Euphrates River, we couldn't miss the opportunity to pay our respect to the Tigris, which is just right next to us. Behind us, there is a bridge that I don't remember the name. Do you remember, Elko?
No.
Okay, we're gonna write it somewhere here, the name of the bridge back there. And it's almost 1,000 years old. I remember that. We're having brunch, coffee, some figs,
Yes.
biscuits. And well, we were just talking, we cannot avoid thinking of the situation with the Kurds and the Kurdistan.
They banned the use of Kurdish language, everything that was referred to Kurdistan, to Kurdish people.
Was punished by
Punished
law.
by law, yes.
You could be arrested. Now the situation is a bit more relaxed, but this made us think how it's possible that someone could wish for such an ancient culture to be waved off, exterminated. We could be in trouble just being here talking about this. If someone who want to give us problems, he could do so. We wanted to camp a couple of nights on the Tigris because there are some really nice wild places going north, but unfortunately the weather forecast expert, Vera, checked the weather and
it will rain for the whole week.
starting
Next
from 2
7
hours,
days,
so
yes.
we better finish quick.
Yes.
So for the second time, we're now leaving. We're gonna go north unless something else doesn't happen along the way. Next destination, a shower.